Contracts? Let's talk about them. I signed one for this gig, and they all come with contingencies. Welcome to the Red Desk. Today's topic, contingencies. Those sticky contractual points that make all the difference. Buy a house without them? You may be left in the dust if a bigger offer comes along. Put too many in a contract? Sellers may think you're being extra and not want to bother. You know when you're looking online and see a house listed as contingent? That means an offer has been accepted, but some things need to be decided before the deal is considered complete. Contingencies are clauses in purchase agreements that buyers and sellers use to negotiate different aspects of the selling process. If I'm a buyer and you're selling me a home, I could negotiate that you need to fix the roof before we close. If you don't, I could exercise my right to drop my offer and get my deposit back. That's a contingency. If you're buying without contingencies and choose to back out, you could lose your earnest money or that good faith deposit that normally goes towards your down payment once the deal is finished. We have a whole video on earnest money, by the way. Think of contingencies like negotiated instructions for a bunch of what-if scenarios. What if I have an issue with my financing? What if the house has major roofing issues that are only discovered after an inspection? What if I sell my house early and need to rent it for a few months? What if Elvis didn't die and he's living in the crawl space? All are valid questions. Contingencies are safety nets for both parties that keep things clean and easy. You should work with your real estate agent to figure out which ones you should negotiate for. Here are a few you'll see often. A mortgage contingency is very normal and expected. This is when a seller has to wait for a buyer's financing to come through after they accept an offer. Otherwise, sellers could just drop a buyer and take the next shiny offer that comes their way. Other ones, a bit harder to sell. Let's look at a few more. All right, let's say I'm selling this red wooden house that our production designer Kelly made. Hi, Kelly. And I told you I put this brand new roof on 2 years ago, and it has at least 15 years to go, and I bumped up the price a lot because of that new roof. And then an inspector comes and looks at my supposedly sturdy roof and says, nah, this has 5 years tops. That would change how much you'd pay, right? That's why home inspection contingencies exist. They define a window of time when a buyer can have a home inspected, and then it gives them the power to negotiate repairs or cancel the contract without losing their deposit. If you're buying a home, push for this. Sometimes, especially in hot markets, appraisals are less than the accepted offer price, and a lender won't loan more than the appraisal amount. When this happens, buyers have to come up with the cash to cover the difference between the appraised price and the sale price. But if they can't or don't want to, then an appraisal contingency lets them back out without losing their deposit. Then there are title contingencies, the most important of all. Who actually owns the home? When homes pass through a bunch of hands, especially when probate courts are involved after death, keeping track of who owns what gets tricky. And the last thing you want to do is buy a house that already has an owner. It's happened. In some cases, an easement can mean someone else has the right to use certain parts of your property. Or your house may have a mortgage lien on it, meaning it's collateral for another loan and may give the bank the right to repossess your new home. Like, what? I know it sounds crazy, but this is why title companies, title searches, title insurance, and title contingencies exist. It's a whole industry designed to stop this kind of stuff from happening. So, in short, title contingencies allow you to back out with your deposit if a title search comes back fishy. This is when buyers say, hey, I need to sell my house before I can pay for this one, so can you wait for me? It's a tough sell in a seller's market, easier in a buyer's market, but it's good to include if you need the grace. Sellers also have contingencies they can negotiate. A common one is selling a home to a buyer early and then renting the house for a bit before they move. This is helpful for families needing a few more months before moving, say to finish the school year. One more thing. Kick-out clauses are something the seller can add so they can entertain other offers while they wait on a buyer. If they find an offer they like better, they can't drop you, but they can give you a chance, say 72 hours, to remove your other contingencies to finish the sale earlier. If you don't want to, then you could get your deposit back and the seller can go accept that other offer. Contingencies are negotiating cards you can play when buying or selling a home. Usually, the more a contract has, the better it is for buyers, but it all depends. If negotiating contingencies sounds intimidating, don't worry. That is exactly what your real estate agent is for. And you can find incredible agents near you with Rocket Homes. Just go to rockethomes.com/buy if you want to check it out. Until next time, Red Desk out. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, guess what? Click right here. And as always, like and subscribe. See you next time.